Welcome to BigByte, your home for gaming in all its glory. 2024 marks 30 years since the release of the PlayStation 1. Let's look at the innovator, Ken Kutaragi, who helped launch the PlayStation. Sony's debut into the gaming console market resulted in the PlayStation. This innovative console was released on December 3, 1994 in Japan, and later in 1995 in North America and Europe. Spearheaded by Ken Kutaragi, often regarded as the father of PlayStation, the console was a technological marvel of its time. The PlayStation contained a 32-bit processor running at 33.86 MHz. It had 2 MB of RAM and 1 MB video RAM. The PlayStation, at that time, set new standards for gaming hardware. Its CD-ROM drive, with a capacity of 660 MB, marked a departure from cartridge-based storage units, allowing for development of more detailed game architecture and environments. Born on the 2nd of August, 1950 in Koto, Tokyo, Japan, Ken Kutaragi grew up in a family that, while not wealthy, had owned a small printing plant, and from an early age he worked in his parents' factory. They encouraged him and his interest in mechanics. This interest led him to pursue an electronics degree at the University of Electrocommunications in the 1970s. Shortly after graduation, he joined Sony's digital research labs, where his problem-solving skills and forward-thinking approach thrived. Kutaragi began his career at Sony in 1975 in the company's music division, where he worked on the development of electronic devices. His early work involved the design of electronic components, including sound processing equipment, which laid the foundation for his later involvement in gaming. In 1989, he was watching his daughter play a Famicom and realized the potential that existed within video games. Kutaragi's interest in gaming started when he worked on the design of the SPC 700 sound processor chip for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Kutaragi worked in secret on the SPC 700. When Sony's executives found out he was working on this, they were not pleased. Only with Sony CEO Norio Oga's approval was Kutaragi able to complete the chip and keep his job. Kutaragi persuaded Oga into working with Nintendo to develop a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo, which would be released alongside a Sony-branded console, which could play both Super Nintendo cartridges and CD games. These efforts resulted in a device called the PlayStation, and not the Sony PlayStation we all know, but a Nintendo PlayStation. Eventually, the partnership between Sony and Nintendo failed, and Sony decided to venture down their own path within the video game market. Sony CEO Norio Oga tasked Kutaragi with the development of the PlayStation. Although thought of as a risk, Kutaragi once again had the support of Oga. The PlayStation was released in 1994, and it was by far the most advanced home console on the market at that time. The PlayStation was a massive success, becoming the first gaming console to sell over 100 million units. The PlayStation, priced at $299 upon its North American release, quickly gained popularity.
Under 25, license revoked, driving without insurance. You're just the guy we're looking for. You are not ready.
Upon its initial run, the PlayStation had a number of games available. One example is the highly touted Ridge Racer, a 3D racing game, which Sony marketed alongside the PlayStation. And it was this game, with its dynamic graphics and realistic racing simulation, that truly showcased the PlayStation's processing prowess, compared to that of its contemporaries in the market. Another notable game was Tekken, released for the PlayStation 1 in 1995. This title, much like Ridge Racer, showcased the console's 3D graphics capabilities, and was also developed by Namco. It featured a diverse roster of characters, each with unique fighting styles, and had responsive controls and good character mechanics. These features contributed to its critical and commercial success, laying the foundation for the long-standing Tekken franchise. Kutaragi was involved in the development and introduction of the DualShock controller, which featured dual analog sticks and vibration feedback. The DualShock became the standard controller for the PlayStation console, setting the trend for future gaming controllers. A title of note that utilizes the analog sticks is Ape Escape, released on the 18th of June, 1999. In this game you play as Hero Spike, who must journey through time and capture super-intelligent monkeys in an attempt to foil their plans for world domination. The PlayStation's success was underscored by its robust game library. Launch titles like Ridge Racer and Tekken showcased its 3D graphics capabilities. As the platform matured, iconic games such as Ape Escape, Metal Gear Solid and Gran Turismo, just to name a few, solidified its status. Over its lifespan, the PS1 sold over 100 million units globally, making it the first console to achieve such a milestone. It endured until its discontinuation in 2006, outlasting its successors. The legacy of the PlayStation extends beyond sales figures. It pioneered the use of CD-ROMs, popularized 3D graphics, and cultivated a diverse gaming landscape. Ken Kutaragi's influence continued with the release of the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, and so on. The PS1's success laid the foundation for Sony's dominance in the gaming industry. The console's impact persists in gaming culture, with many of its titles remembered as classics. The PlayStation 1, from its inception to discontinuation, remains a pivotal chapter in the history of gaming consoles, shaping the path of our industry for years to come. There we have it, gamers. The father of PlayStation, Ken Kutaragi, has played a pivotal role in how today's gaming industry is defined. His dedication to new technology has influenced many. Thanks for watching the BigByte series on Ken Kutaragi and the PlayStation. Did you buy one of the 100 million PlayStation units that sold? Let us know down in the comments. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and as always keep powering up with BigByte.